Hello everyone, Galactic Seas. We are going to be forging some cards. I got my card list right here in the forge. So we're going to be fusing cards and then turning them into NFTs, and then this will be a two-part video. There will be a second video on me listing them after we get these forged. Um, we got the forge here ready to go. The first card that I want to forge is going to be the Overgrown Rhino. I have a bunch of them, and they're actually going for some pretty good amount. Um, so close to 0.30 decimals to almost 4. So 0.0004 ETH almost. So let's start the fusing process right now. You're going to select two of those. You're going to click start fusing. You're going to fuse with 20 flux. And you will need to continue. This will take you to a different this will take you to the web where you'll need to connect your wallet. You'll sign into the request. It'll tell you how much it'll cost here, 0.1 gods. So you click that, click sign. Make sure that you have everything that you need for the fusing process. So that one was done. We're going to go ahead and start fusing another one. So start fusing, 20 flux, 0.1 ETH, or 0.1 gods. Fuse with 20 flux. I am going to fuse all of them. However, I'm not going to put all of them up for sale. I am going to keep two for my own personal collection. And also because it's a really OP card and I use it in my decks. So I did notice that if you do have a card in your deck that you post up for some ETH or whatever currency on Immutable, when it sells, it does remove it from your deck. So you'll come back to seeing your deck looking grayed out, and that's because the card sold. Obviously, you want to check your transactions and kind of see what happened with that, or how that went. We're gonna check our transactions afterwards on the the Unchained game to make sure that everything went through correctly. So we'll continue to spend flux and then craft the cards. I'm gonna exit out of these simply because we don't need them anymore. So the process is pretty straightforward. This is going to be the same process for getting these cards minted onto the blockchain. Once they're minted and the transaction has been processed, you'll be able to head right over to your inventory. Right now, a couple of these will take a little bit to load. Like these two are already done, so this one's still being minted onto the blockchain. And then from there, we just load them up. We'll put them up for some ETH. Well, that's what I'll do anyway. Right here, we're gonna start looking. Oops. We're gonna sort these by rarity. Interesting. The rarity order changed. Anyhow, I do have a list here of the cards that I do want to forge. We're going to be starting with the Healing Elite. Should be towards the bottom down here. There it is. Let's see how much this one costs. 40 flux and then 0.3 gods. So let's go ahead and infuse that. Now, like I said, this is a process that I follow. This is my own personal process, the way that I get these minted, and then I later on upload them for some ETH. It's not financial advice in any way. It's just showing you the process and the steps that I take in order to mint my NFT cards and then put them up for some ETH. There are different currencies that you can list the cards for on. Oh, there's the Rhino on Immutable X. However, I choose ETH. It's my favorite currency to kind of to list them for. So I'll need to make sure and figure out a way to put on here on my notes which ones have already listed or minted. I mean, well, I'll be able to see them. Obviously, they'll be missing. Um, I don't want to mint all of them because I have quite a few to mint, but I do want to. So, Pyroso Beetle, that should be towards the top. Where are you, little beetle? There it is. So I'll have enough to mint 2, and I'm going to go ahead and fuse that. So this one's a little bit more gods. Continue, and then we'll fuse onto here. Like I said before, the process is going to be the same. It's kind of repetitive. But this is what it's going to take in order for you to get these minted once you have enough, and have them be ready for either to keep in your collection or to put them up for some ETH or any other currency that's that you can put them up for on Immutable X. There are other I don't know if you can list on OpenSea, but I know Token Trove is another place where you can list them. For me, the best place to list my NFT cards that I've earned is Immutable X, hands down. It's just from the other options, that's what I choose personally. Let's move this over to here, along with this. Neon District is another game that I play. It's a play to earn for NFTs, and I'll do a review on that later on. You can start to see the cards being minted here. Okay, Party Shell we did. Sail Weaver, I only have 2 of these, and I'll show you which one it is here in just a second. So I don't know if I'm going to mint that, because I do have 2 of them, and I do run both of them in a deck. Where did you go? Okay. Let's look him up. There he is. Oh, cool. I have 4. So I am going to mint in both. And I'll keep one, and then I'll put one up for sale. Just because I do want the ETH out of these, for sure. Or I'll just mint one, and then leave the, and I'll leave the other 2 unminted, so that I'm able to use 2 in my decks. Right. We'll stay in our inventory to, so that when we close a window, it'll load us back up to here. We can see what's going on. Okay. Card Shark. I don't mind minting this one. I'll mint them both just so that I can put them up for the ETH. I don't really use that card. It is a good card, just not one that I particularly use in my decks. Now, some of these cards are collectible cards, obviously, from like the like they're from different collections. For example, like sets, so like Genesis, Core, Mythic, so on and so forth, and that also affects like their value. Oops. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's try that one more time here. we'll have to go through back through on the history and see what happened there. I've gotten a little ahead of myself there and canceled that out too early, which works well because then I'll be able to show you if there was an error, like what it looks like and how you can tell. I believe we didn't confirm on the other one. That might have been the issue. So what we can do here is we'll hit history, and then this one says pending. This is the card shark that, for whatever reason, had that happen to us. So we're going to do retry. Uh, I don't know if it will recharge the amount, but I don't mind. Um, it might be a small loss for the ETH that we may possibly gain from it. I see this came up. I'm just going to X out of that. And so it looks like those other two are being processed still. Okay. Athenian Archer. We're going to fuse both of those. So if you don't, you obviously need two. If you don't have two, then you can't fuse the other one, and it's fine. You keep it in your collection either way. It could come in handy in decks later on. All right, and here's our card sharks, both of them, pretty good. Okay. Silver we already did. Partial Beetle we already did. Sip of Elixir actually is a really good one. It's just a very strong card. I'm going to fuse it even though it is it's the card is very OP. It's very OP. It it really helps when to get ahead of the game for the mage. But I do like the price that it's going for ETH wise, and I'm just trying to build an ETH pool so that I can continue to buy more card packs and keep that sustainable ecosystem that I have going. So once I started playing the game, I chose not to spend any of my personal money here, and every card pack and card that we have has been earned by gaming and by selling or trading the NFT cards for ETH, and then trading that ETH for card packs, and then so on and so forth. So it's a cycle that keeps going for me, and I really love it. It's one of the best. I haven't been able to find a game that's play to earn where you can start with zero and then end up with ETH. And I'll show you guys my transactions and what I mean here in a minute. You get that little sound in the background from the forge, like the fire burning. It's pretty exciting. So let's go to inventory. So transactions. This is a card pack that I purchased today. You'll see it. I guess okay. So the transactions are not updated right now. But I did buy a card pack today. It'll show on here as is that from today? Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. These are the transaction of the gods tokens that we're spending on the minting of the cards. Here's the card pack I purchased today for 0.002 ETH. This is ETH that we earned from. You can see here as other card packs. This was a small card pack that I purchased. I'm not doing this again. I'm sticking to the 0.002 or more. The So these are cards that I actually purchased myself with ETH. And right here, you'll start to see. Oh, sorry, here. So 0.03 ETH was the Gorilla Gardener that I sold. That was able to give me enough ETH, obviously 0.003 for a card pack that was 0.002. And then out of that, we got 4 cards that we can sell and possibly build up our ETH from again. And then here is the other transactions that we've had. Um, so 0.00095, almost 0.0001 ETH, and so on and so forth. All the plus sign means that's ETH that's came into our pool, into our wallet, and ETH that was saved up that I use later on to buy card packs. Oh yeah, Umbrella. I don't know how much. I haven't looked up the price on that, so we're not gonna do anything with that. Guerrilla trading. We got plenty of these, so we'll definitely mint them. So 6, so we'll be able to get three NFTs out of that. Now you can forge higher than the red band if you have enough of the cards. I don't think I've gone to that point just yet. At least I haven't seen them on the in the forge. Maybe I do have enough of the red cards, but they're just not pulling up on the forge. I'm not sure. All right, we're that one added. Then we'll do the other 2 sets. So our flux is definitely taking a difference in change. We're obviously spending the flux here to get these cards minted. And flux is, and same with God's coin, is you earn these by doing, it's play to earn, so you just play and you earn flux, and then you play the weekend ladder for constructed, and that earns you God's coins. I think you get to collect on that like a week later, maybe a week and a half after the weekend of the ranked event. Ah, man, that weekend ranked is the constructed ladder is definitely a challenge. Everybody seems to kind of pull out um, annoying kind of decks, I suppose, or even expensive decks. And obviously, you want that. You want to be able to get as many wins as you can. That'll reflect how much flux and God's coins, etc. you earn. Okay, living container. This I will only forge 1 set. Um, because I want to keep 2 to add to my decks as I need them. I built mm, it's like it's a zombie deck for the Death Goddess, and it's actually pretty fun. I didn't build it so much for like competition or for laddering. I just built it to kind of have fun and see how far I got with it. It's actually done pretty well. I'm actually pretty excited about it. Um, the mechanics are well, they work well with how I set it up. However, it does take a little bit of patience. So, Dart Maniac, we only have 2 of these, and it is starting to be kind of popular in the meta. However, the ETH that is going for is pretty good, so I'd rather trade it in for that. Some of these cards we can pick up later on if we need to, if we absolutely need to for a deck. For me, the purpose of this is I'm earning these cards and then fusing them into an NFT so that I can have NFTs and trade that for ETH, and then, like I said, trade that essentially for other cards. Okay, this one is going to be tough. We can only fuse one, or we can fuse the set of two into one, leaving us with two. Um, it's a very strong card, and I believe I carry two of them in one of my decks. Um, I don't necessarily want to put it up for sale. However, I am chasing that ETH. Um, I definitely want to get the ETH out of that. All right, let's check on our cards. See how we did here. So that's a pretty good amount of cards to have forged right now. I do have. So we did Card Shark already. Ghost Modder, we don't really have to. Athenian Archer. So, um, actually, yeah, let's do a couple more. Let's do the Onyx Nightblade just because it's we can turn it for some pretty good ETH. And we'll do maybe a couple of more after this. Now, once we have these minted, I'm definitely going to put them up for some ETH, and then like so that'll be the next video after this. So stay stay up to date on the videos, and then keep checking back because I will have that uploaded. I usually like to upload 3-4 videos at a time, and if they're a continuation of a video, I do like to get them loaded up almost back to back. So that was the Onyx, and then we're gonna move on to the we'll do the Radiant Embalmer. Again, I only have a set, so we'll be able to fuse just one out of it. And same thing, the ETH return on this to me is actually pretty good, so we'll go ahead and get that minted as well. My point is to uh, select the best, select the cards that are going for the most ETH, and just pooling that ETH until I have enough to buy 2-3 packs from the other cards. All right. We'll do the Pyrite Adolescent. So we can see the change in our flux here. And then we'll see the change in our gods too. It'll reflect that as well later on, once we finish the whole process. All right, we'll do the Fire Wine, and that'll be the last one that we mint. All right, so that'll be it for this video. I'm going to uh, get the. I'm gonna obviously let the cards that we've minted finish loading, refresh kind of my system here, and get it set up so that we can get started on the next video, which will be, like I said, looking up the cards, or actually listing the cards here for some ETH, and we'll be listing all the ones that we have minted, and I'll show you the process and my process and what I do and the steps I take to do that, and we'll go from there. That'll be it for this one. Thanks for stopping by.